I have nothing to say to you. Now move along, or I'll order my guard to attack.
Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyeni, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 216 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out, and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. But like always, before we jump into them, I want to remind you guys that I'm partnered with Gamersupps, which in my opinion is the best energy drink on the market. So if you're looking for a better alternative to those gas station energy drinks that are really bad for you, try out Gamersupps and use my link down below. You can also use the code RTD for a 10% discount on all your drinks, and I'd love to hear what you guys think of the drink as well. So if you do end up trying it, definitely let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Now that all that's out of the way, we can jump into this week's mods, and starting us off we have a loading screen mod called Scenic Loading Screens 3 Main Menu Replacer. Now this mod does exactly what you may think. It just changes all of the loading screens whenever you go through the loading doors into the game to load into a new area, and it also changes the main menu screen as well as the main menu music to give you a new type of feeling every time you open Skyrim up. Now it also just uses the one main menu music and the one main menu picture, but whenever it comes to the loading screen backgrounds, you have so many different things to see here. Every time you go through a door or fast travel to a new area or just have to see a loading screen in general, you'll see a new vivid picture of an area in Skyrim. I think these screenshots are beautiful, and I really love mods like this because the original vanilla loading screens just had black smoke in the background and maybe just a tooltip here and there and maybe a 3D character that you could spin around. But I really like the idea of having scenic loading screens where you can actually see areas in the game that you'd maybe want to explore later in the game, or maybe areas you haven't seen before. And you know that I love these types of mods because in my previous load order videos I had another load screen replacer mod called the TESG load screen replacer, which replaces all of the loading screens in the game with high quality screenshots that were processed to resemble paintings. And whenever it comes to deciding between those two load screen replacer mods, it's very difficult because this also includes a main menu theme, which I think is a very cool aspect of a loading screen mod. You know, now that we're starting to get a bunch of compilation mods and mod packs, maybe you'll get a new loading screen mod pack that has main menu music, regular music in game, maybe some loading screens and other types of things you can see in the game regarding the menus and maybe the UI as well. I think the more and more that we're getting these mod packs and bundles, it's only a matter of time before we get a huge UI package that covers every different menu in the game. But for now, I really like this Scenic Load Screen Replacer 3 because it not only changes the loading screens, but also the main menu screen and music. And if you're looking for something new to look at whenever you're going through the loading screens or maybe starting up your game of Skyrim, then this is definitely a mod worth checking out. And that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our number 5 spot. So I'd recommend downloading the Scenic Loading Screens 3 plus main menu replacer mod. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have a new animation mod called the Super Fast Immersive Animated Looting mod. Now the mod page reads that this is a super lightweight mod that smoothly animates opening doors, lockpicking, looting, pressing buttons, and using catapults and traps. It's inspired by games like The Witcher 3 and Red Dead Redemption, and it's fast and non-intrusive. Now these animations only play whenever you're in third person, so if you're not looking to have, an immersive style where you want to open up every door, just simply switch to first person and continue playing and it will be like you never installed the mod. But if you do want to have nice immersive animations of going through and picking items up, or maybe looting corpses, picking crops out of the ground, or maybe just going around opening doors and lockpicking, then this is definitely a mod for you. There's not too much I can really say about it. I can just show you what these animations actually look like in the way that I really like them. We have a ton of animations on this load order now whenever it comes to drawing your swords out, swinging your sword, running left and right, but they never seem to go into these new animations where you can add new things such as picking up up items, and it really makes you wonder what type of animations we may be missing from the game that would otherwise improve it in many other areas. You know, I never thought that opening doors, lockpicking, and looting would have really clean animations and would really work in the game of Skyrim, but it actually does with this mod. It looks very clean, it actually looks like you're going to pick up the item, and if you're someone who plays in third person a lot, it's definitely going to be an immersive experience for you. So if you're someone who plays maybe a slower game of Skyrim and you don't want to just spam A to take everything off of a table, you want it to actually look realistic as if you're taking each item off the table, or if you're talking to NPCs, opening doors, etc., then the super fast immersive animated looting mod is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have an amazing new bard mod called Skyrim's Got Talent, Improve as a Bard. The mod page reads that you can now play instruments and get better, and NPCs will react to your skill dynamically. There's also many new songs, lots of Easter eggs, and simple implementation, and it's a compact yet powerful bard gameplay overhaul. This mod includes a new bard progression system and about 100 new instrumental songs, many Easter eggs to brighten your day, small buffs and debuffs mostly for role-playing, there's no spells or UI clutter, you pretty much just click the instrument to play it, and these NPCs will react to your skill in over 50 different reactions. Now every time you find an instrument, whether it be a flute, a lute, or a drum, you can press A while it's in your inventory and it'll still say that you can't activate the item, but once you back out of your menu, your character will actually pull it out and start playing it like a regular instrument. But you are going to be terrible at first and no one's going to like what you sound like at all, because there is a new rank progression system, which includes, you know, being good at the flute, being bad, and just overall you're starting off as a clueless flute player, as opposed to being a master flute player later down the line whenever you keep practicing. Now you need about 25 points to go from each rank, and each rank includes 3 to 8 new songs. Some of these ranks include songs from other ranks when it's fitting, so the number of songs you play multiplies. Starting at rank 1, you're considered clueless and you get debuffs whenever you play badly. Rank 2, you're also a beginner and you get debuffs as well. Rank 3, you become okay, so you don't get any buffs or debuffs. Rank 4, you start to get buffs to your character because you're considered a pretty good player. And then rank 5 is the master player, where you get the most powerful buffs to your character. Now each time you complete a song in an inner tavern, or maybe you're just practicing, your expertise in that instrument increases by 1 to 5 base points. The final number of points can vary depending on a couple of things. Whether you've completed the Bard's College, whether you're feeling well rested, and you can also pay a bard to teach you what they know via voice dialogue, which will increase your expertise in all 3 instruments by 10 points. For bards that are able to teach you'll need at least 100 gold and be at least carrying 1 instrument. Keep in mind each bard can only teach you what they know once, so you have to go and meet all the bards to get a perfect score from all of them. Now you may have heard me earlier whenever I said that NPCs will react dynamically to your playing, so if you walk into an inn or tavern and you're, the rank 1 and you're clueless, it is absolutely hilarious how they react to you. Just listen to this.
God help us! Somebody do something!
What's all the commotion?
This can't be happening.
That sound, it's deafening.
Please, I can't. Just go.
I just can't take the pain. Not a second longer.
This completely caught me by surprise the first time around, and I could not stop laughing just because of how funny this is. But whenever you start to become better and you improve your skills, you become pretty good and then you become considered a master, and then you can travel into an inner tavern and play from a wide range of new bard songs, and then make donations from it as well. So if you always thought the Bard's College was a little lackluster, or maybe you always wanted to play the instruments that you picked up throughout the world of Skyrim, then the Skyrim's Got Talent Improve as a Bard is definitely a mod worth checking out because it combines everything together. It improves the Bard College a lot because you can actually play instruments now and actually feel like a part of the Bard's College. And then you also can have a little side quest of your own where you go out and you become a better bard, and you go and you play at inns and taverns and you make money that way. I just think it's a perfect way to play the game if you want to, take the musical approach to the game. And that's definitely why Skyrim's Got Talent comes in at our number 3 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading it and becoming a bard yourself. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have a huge new faction overhaul called Organic Factions. Now this is actually a 3-part mod. You need the AI package as well as the master file for the Organic Factions mod, and then also the extensions port. What these 3 mods do together is they completely overhaul the AI as well as the regular factions in the game, and give them abilities such as being able to grow, perform tasks such as gathering potions from other locations, they can now fight over territory, and so forth. Now what this means is that regardless of your actions, whether you go into the Civil War or not, or clear that bandit camp or not, the people inside that faction will perform tasks, and they'll actually be able to grow their settlement, move to other locations, and fight other factions. And I think that's a really cool feature because, you know, whenever you go into Skyrim, you don't really have to do the Civil War until you're level like 200 if you feel like it. You know, there really isn't no sense of urgency whenever it comes to the Civil War or, you know, bandits taking over different areas in Skyrim. But now there is, because these people can actually grow whether you're there or not. You'll start to get new tooltips at the top left corner of your screen that'll say, oh, the Empire has taken over the Rift, or bandits have taken over this area. And you can then plan ahead of whether you want to clear out that area or maybe let them grow more, because if you do let them grow more, they'll have better loot whenever you go to visit them. So basically what you could do is discover a bandit camp that has a bandit leader at it. It has to have a bandit leader, it can't just be a bunch of bandits. Leaving the bandit leader alive will quote-unquote leave the faction alive, so you could go in and take all of the items that you'd like if you had enough sneak skill. You could go in and, you know, take from their treasure chest and then leave, and if you don't kill anyone, or maybe you just kill the regular bandits, or you just sneak out without killing the bandit leader, he'll then continue to stay at that location and then build those resources back up, to which you can then go back and steal from again. Of course, this would take a long time in game, but it's something that you can actually do now. You can now have your own stealth missions from bandits without having to kill any of the bandits either. But that's not all this mod does. If you do end up clearing out an entire bandit camp, or maybe a fort, or maybe you've cleared out an entire Stormcloak area, the other factions that are surrounding it will then roam to that area and then take control of it. Whether it be a friendly faction that you can go and get resources from, or another enemy faction that you'll have to go out and clear again after a few days. This mod completely overhauls the replayability of Skyrim, and I absolutely love it, and that's why it's featured here at our number 2 spot, so I strongly recommend downloading the Organic Factions mod. Coming in at our number 1 spot, we have a brand new hour-long dungeon dive called Green Sleeves, an Elder Scrolls V dungeon. Now this mod features an abandoned mansion that lies northeast of Iverstead and has a colossal tree piercing through the roof. This mod also features a Spriggan follower with a custom model, a new player horse, weapons with unique enchantments, 3 sets of armor, and shields. It also includes an estimated hour-long lore-friendly dungeon, new things to read, a dragon, and tons of Easter eggs. Now, it's actually been a while since I've covered a dungeon mod on this channel, and if you guys are unfamiliar with how we do it in this series, I like to leave it up to you guys if you want to see me dive into this dungeon and make a separate video on it, covering the new armors and shields, the new weapons to mess around with, the new horse, and maybe reading some of the new books that they include as well. So if you do want to see a video like that, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, because I don't want to spoil this mod for you and actually show you everything before you go in and do it, because then what would be the point of going in if you've seen it all already? But I had a lot of fun uncovering the mysteries of this abandoned mansion because there's so many different levels that you'll get to. As you can see, I'm going through some water here and playing with some levers, and then there's other types of puzzles that you'll have to solve later down the line. So there's tons of new content to discover here, so if you're looking for a new dungeon to dive into and get your hands on some new unique loot, then the Green Sleeves Elder Scrolls V dungeon is definitely a mod I'd recommend downloading. And if you do want to see a video from me where I go in and I cover it in its entirety and I show you everything that this mod includes, then be sure to let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to make that later in the week. But nonetheless, you can go out and download this mod and uncover the abandoned mansion's mysteries yourself. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.